Hi, Lori from GLP-1 Journey in Review. How you doing today? So today we are going to talk about basically like a GLP 101. So what are you going to do? You want to get your, whether it be Mounjaro, Zepbound, Ozempic, Wegovy, or any of the generics. First thing you have to do is find out, do you want name brand or do you want compound? Well, compound might not be around too much longer, but we're going to go on as long as it's still available. So first thing, will insurance cover it? If you're diabetic and you have health insurance, chances are it'll get covered. Although they may try to switch you from Zepbound to Wegovy or vice versa, depending on where you go. So that's one consideration. Then, if you're paying cash, do you want name brand? If you want to go to your local pharmacy, you could be paying $1,000 or $1,200. There's also Eli Lilly Direct, and there's Novo Nordisk. They have a kind of just like the Direct. You go online and you pay cash. I believe with the Wegovy, your first dose is $199 now, and then it's $499 after that. With the Zepbound, it depends on your dose. It ranges from $299 to $500, and it's only available up to 10 milligrams. More will be coming out, and we'll see about pricing. That's a decision that you have to make with your healthcare provider, depending on your budget. Now, if you're going to use a compound company, please, please, please be careful. Check, make sure they've been in business for a while. Check their reviews. Find out which compound pharmacy that they use and whether it's reliable, whether they've had any problems, any recalls, anything like that. I personally, I was using Mochi pretty much primarily until they shut down Akita, and I've had pretty good luck with them, but some people have been waiting months for their prescription. Like I said, I've been pretty lucky. Mine usually has been between a week to 2 weeks. Even with that, I guess I caught them at good times. I also use Orderly. They're pretty good. A little bit more money. They go by the dose, the price. There's also Amble. There's other reputable ones, but please check. And just because we don't know what's happening with compounding, make sure you're using a credit card that you could dispute if you need to. Now, also be careful with some of these telehealth and these online pharmacies and stuff like that, because if you decide to cancel, get all of your medical records, because once you cancel, they could go away. Now, whether you use their telehealth doctor or your doctor who could actually write a prescription and send it to the compounding pharmacy directly, not a lot of physicians like to do that. Like I said, that's a choice between you and your healthcare provider. But if you're going to use the online ones, they're okay. I wouldn't use them as my primary health or anything like that, but for what it is, it's okay. Then you get your medication. Remember, this stuff should be refrigerated for its best potency. Now, once it's out of the refrigerator room temperature, they say that you can keep it for 28 days. That's a decision that you have to make. This tends to be a pretty stable medication. So if it's a couple days longer, I'm not recommending that you go ahead and use it, but I have. Also, check the bud date or the best use by date, because if you have multiple vials, you want to make sure that you take them in an order. Now, there's instructions on how to inject and where to inject. The 3 areas that they recommend are a couple inches from your belly button, not your belly button now, a couple of inches from it, pinching the fat, injecting the top of your legs and the back of your arms. That's a choice that you have to make. Remember to read the directions carefully if you're using the vial and draw up the proper amount. There's different concentrations, different pharmacies use different amounts. For example, back when it was Akita, basically all of their instructions were 50 units, whether you were on 5, whether it was 10, 15, and I'm talking about tirzepatide. I believe it was the same type of thing with the semaglutide. But now that they no longer exist and Mochi, along with other places, use other pharmacies, it can be different. So make sure you understand how much to inject, because we would not want to see you overdose or underdose. Be aware of the side effects, most common being nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and constipation. Remember, hydration is your best friend. It takes care of so many problems, not just with GLP-1, just so many problems in general. If you're starting, again, you might want to make sure that for the first day or two that you don't have any big plans, because you don't know how your body's going to react. Again, most common side effects: diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, and constipation. So you may want to have some medication, over-the-counter stuff at home and ready for it. That's just a little tip that I recommend, but again, that's up to you. Some people feel a little fatigue. I've never really felt fatigue from it, but I know people have. Obviously, if you're allergic, you should not be taking the medication. And also, if you have a lot of bowel problems, make sure that you're in constant contact with your healthcare provider, because most of these side effects are bowel related, and they should be kept in the loop, and they may have some little tricks up their sleeves that could help you. There are serious side effects like pancreatitis. So if you're having some severe pain, please contact your healthcare provider. If you get a rash, contact your healthcare provider. You kind of get the gist of this. That's what I'm saying. It takes a while for your body to get used to it. If you do have these side effects, they do tend to get better over time. That's why they call it a starter dose, and they build you up gradually. Same thing with the semaglutide, same type of thing. Pretty simple. Now, make sure that what you're eating, it has a lot of nutrition, because you may not feel like eating. So make every bite count. Concentrate on protein. Make sure you get enough fiber. And again, hydration. Those are some of the most important things. And we'll be with you your whole journey. So please put in the comments if you're having any problems, if you have any questions. Now, I'm not a healthcare provider, but I do have some experience on the medication. I'm not giving medical advice. I'm just telling you what works for me. So good luck with your journey. And keep in touch. Please hit that like and subscribe button. We're really close to getting our 1,000 subscribers and all of our watch hours. You, I'm talking to you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video, share it with a friend, and I'll catch you next time.